Welcome to all. I'm Dr. V. Jayashree, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology, going to discuss about pharmacology of anti-anginal drugs. Objectives. After studying this chapter, the student should be able to classify the anti-anginal drugs, explain the mechanism of anti-anginal drugs at the receptor levels, analyze the pharmacological actions of the anti-anginal drugs, and also focus on the adverse effects and uses of these drugs. Contents. So these are the contents discussed under this chapter, which includes introduction, types of angina, definition, classification, mechanism of action, pharmacological actions, adverse effects, and uses. Introduction. Angina pectoris is also called as chest pain or ischemic heart disease. It is the classical symptom of myocardial ischemia. It occurs when the heart muscle doesn't give as much as blood as it needs. This usually happens because one or more of the heart arteries is narrowed or blocked, which is also called as ischemia. It is characterized by sudden, severe, substernal discomfort or pain, which may radiate to the left shoulder and along the flexor surface of the left arm. The pain is mainly due to accumulation of the metabolites in the cardiac muscle. Types of angina. It is divided into three types, that is classical angina, which is also called as stable angina, atypical angina, which is also called as unstable angina, variant angina, which is also called as Prince-Metters angina. The classical angina is provoked by stress, physical exercise, or emotion, both of which increases the myocardial oxygen demand. There is narrowing of the coronary arteries due to arteriosclerosis, and therefore the coronary arteries cannot dilate to increase the blood supply during exercise. Unstable angina occurs due to combination of various factors like increased myocardial oxygen demand, coronary vasospasm, and platelet aggregation. Recurrent attacks of chest pain may occur even when the patient is at rest. Variant angina is also called as vasospastic angina. It occurs at rest and is usually caused by the spasm of the coronary artery due to the release of the humoral vasoconstrictory agents by mast cells in the coronary adventitia. It also leads to death due to severe myocardial infarction or acute cardiac arrhythmias. Definition of anti-anginal drugs include drugs which is used to improve the balance between oxygen supply and the demand, either by increasing the oxygen supply to the myocardium or by reducing the oxygen demand by reducing preload, afterload, heart rate, or all of this is termed as anti-anginal drugs. Classification of anti-anginal drugs include nitrates, calcium channel blockers, beta blockers, potassium channel openers. The nitrates has been subdivided into short-acting drugs, long-acting drugs. Short-acting drugs include trinitroglycerin, amyl nitrate. Long-acting drugs include isosorbate metonitrate, isosorbate dinitrate, erythritol tetranitrate, pentaerythritol tetranitrate. Calcium channel blockers include verapamil, diltiazem, nifedipine, amlodipine, nicardipine, nimodipine, istradipine. Beta blockers include propranolol, atenolol, nadolol, metoprolol, bisoprolol. The potassium channel opens include nicorandil. Miscellaneous drugs include dipyridamole, aspirin, trimetazidine. Nitrates. It is a potent vasodilator. Mechanism of action includes the nitroglycerin releases reactive free radical, that is nitric oxide, through enzymatic denitration process. This nitric oxide activates the cytosolic guanylyl cyclase enzyme that causes the increased secretion of the cyclic GMP. This GMP causes dephosphorylation of the myosin light chain kinase enzyme that prevents the interaction of the actin with the myosin that leads to decrease in the contraction process. It also reduces the free cytosolic calcium by preventing the calcium release from the sarcoplasmic reticulum or by inhibiting the entry of the calcium through L-type calcium channels. Finally, it results in the relaxation of the smooth muscles that causes the vasodilatation. Pharmacological actions of the nitrates. The first include reduction in the preload. Dilatation of the capacitance vessels, that is veins, causes pooling of the blood in the veins that leads to less venous return, that is flow of blood flow to the heart. Reduction in the preload causes a decrease in the ventricular and diastolic pressure that leads to the decrease in the oxygen demand and myocardial wall tension. The second pharmacological action includes reduction in the afterload. At higher doses, arteriolar dilatation reduces the total peripheral resistance, leading to reduction in the afterload. by decrease in the myocardial wall tension and oxygen requirement. It also causes coronary vasodilatation by the relaxation of the coronary arteries. Nitrates also causes dilatation of the blood vessels, especially in the skin, that results in flushing, dilatation of the meningeal vessels, that results in the throbbing headache. It also relaxes the bronchial smooth muscle, gastrointestinal smooth muscles, including biliary tract and sphincter foci, and genitourinary smooth muscles. It also inhibits the platelet aggregation process. Adverse effects of the nitrates are headache is common, facial flushing, sweating, palpitation, weakness, and postural hypotension and rashes can occur. Skin rashes are seen very rarely. Marked fall in blood pressure is seen when these drugs are used along with the other potent vasodilators. Tolerance also develops on repeated long-term use, but this can be avoided by proper dosing schedule. Drug dependence also develops due to continuous use of the drugs. Sudden withdrawal of the drug after continuous use may result in coronary and vascular spasm that leads to myocardial infarction and sudden death. Uses of nitrates. The nitrates has been used in exertional angina. That is, nitroglycerin given through sublingual route is the drug of choice for acute anginal attacks. It relieves the pain in 3 minutes. If the pain is not relieved, the dose may be repeated. That means up to 3 tablets in 15 minutes. Nitrates are also used orally for the prophylaxis of angina pectoris. Longer acting nitrates are preferred for this. Nitric glycerin ointment can also be applied over the chest. It is also used in vasospastic angina, that is, nitroglycerin relieves the pain by relieving the coronary vasospasm. Nitroglycerin given through IV route relieves the pain in unstable angina. In acute left ventricular failure patients, nitroglycerin given through sublingual route or intravenous route reduces the preload, which in turn reduces the cardiac workload. It is also used in myocardial infarction. The nitroglycerin given through IV route reduces the cardiac workload. Uses of nitrates includes cyanide poisoning also. The cyanide rapidly binds to the cytochrome oxidase and other vital enzymes that results in inhibition of the cellular respiration and blocks the utilization of the oxygen. Nitrates convert the hemoglobin to methemoglobin, which has a high affinity for cyanide and binds to cyanide forming cyanomethaglobin. Amyl nitrate is given by the inhalation and sodium nitrate is given by the IV injection along with this nitrates. Sodium thiosulfate is given through IV route. It reacts with the cyanomethaglobin to form thiocyanate, which is easily excreted by the kidneys. Thus, it protects the important enzymes from binding to the cyanide. Nitrates are also used to relieve the esophageal spasm. The sublingual route of nitroglycerin is taken just before the meals to encounter the spasm. It is used as spasmolytic to relieve the biliary colic also. Calcium channel blockers, it relaxes the arterioles, leading to decrease in the peripheral vascular resistance and reduction in the afterload. It also depresses the myocardial contractility, thereby reducing the heart rate and force of contraction. This results in reduced cardiac workload and oxygen consumption. It also dilates the coronary arteries, thereby increasing the coronary blood flow. Calcium channel blockers are used for the prophylaxis of exertional angina. They can be combined with other drugs except verapamil with beta blockers like propranolol. Calcium channel blockers are also used in vasospastic angina since they dilate the coronary arteries and release the vasospasm. In fact, they are preferred over nitrates in vasospastic angina. Beta blockers. Exercise, emotion, and similar situations increases the sympathetic activity, leading to increased heart rate, force of contraction, and blood pressure, thereby increasing the oxygen consumption by the heart. Beta blockers prevents these actions by blocking, especially in the angina pectoris. Beta blockers reduces the frequency and severity of heart attacks of exertional angina and are useful in the treatment of the angina pectoris. They are also used for the long-term prophylaxis of the classical angina and may be combined with nitrates also. Potassium channel openers, that is nicorandil. It is an arterial and venous dilator. The opening of the ATP sensitive potassium channels results in the effects of the potassium, leading to the hyperpolarization. This results in the relaxation of the vascular smooth muscles. The adverse effects of this nicorandil include headache, flushing, palpitation, dizziness, and hypotension. Pinacetin is another drug which is similar to that of nicorandil. It is useful in the treatment of angina and hypertension. Miscellaneous drugs includes dipyridamole, which is a coronary vasodilator. It inhibits the platelet aggregation, for which it is used in the post-myocardial infarction in post-stroke patients for the prevention of the coronary and cerebral thrombosis. Aspirin is another drug. Long-term administration of low-dose aspirin is recommended to prevent the myocardial infarction. Trimetazidine is a calcium channel blocker, which is claimed to have a protective effect on the ischemic myocardium and to maintain left ventricular function. Combination of the drugs in angina pectoris. Nitrates is given along with beta blockers, which is very effective in the treatment of the exertional angina. Nifedipine is given along with beta blockers. In this, anginal effects or additive effect, reflex tachycardia due to nifedipine is counteracted by the beta blockers. Nitrates is given along with the calcium channel blockers also. Nitrates decreases the preload, whereas the calcium channel blockers reduces the afterload, and the combination reduces the cardiac workload. Calcium channel blockers is given along with beta blockers along with the nitrates. If the angina is not controlled by the two drug combinations, three drugs can be used. Nitrates reduces the preload, whereas the calcium channel blockers reduces the afterload, while the beta blockers decreases the heart rate. This combination is useful in the severe angina pectoris. So that's all about the angina pectoris and drugs. Thank you for understanding.